Today we're bringing you an incredible story of resilience, courage, and the power of education. It's the story of Amina, a young girl from rural Somalia whose determination to learn not only changed her life, but sparked a movement for girls' education in her community. In a region where girls' education is often overlooked, Amina's journey highlights the power of grit and the lasting impact that one person's dream can have on an entire society. Amina grew up in a rural Somali village where education for girls was uncommon and often discouraged. With limited financial resources, her family, like many others, didn't see schooling as an option for Amina. Instead, they saw her future as being rooted in household responsibilities and traditional roles. Despite this, Amina felt a pull towards something more. She had heard stories about distant places where girls went to school every day, where they learned to read, to write, and to open doors to new worlds. But in her village, the closest school was miles away, a nearly impossible journey for a young girl. Yet, Amina's longing for education only grew stronger. Even when her family told her that schooling was not meant for her, she would watch other students walk to school from afar and think, that could be me. Amina knew she had to find a way, and so she made a bold decision. Every day at dawn, Amina would set out on foot to reach a small school run by international aid organizations. The journey was long, hot, and exhausting, but she knew that education was her key to a different future. She walked for miles, cutting through harsh landscapes, braving the elements, and sometimes even facing the disapproval of her own community. Imagine walking hours just to attend school, carrying all your supplies, knowing that you'd have to make the long trek back at the end of the day. For Amina, this was her daily reality, but the classroom was where she felt alive. In those few hours of learning, she found a purpose and a sense of belonging that kept her going. She would soak up every lesson, holding on to the belief that this knowledge would one day transform her life. Her commitment, however, did not go unnoticed. Some in her family, concerned by her newfound independence, tried to discourage her, questioning the value of a girl's education. Friends and neighbors would often ask, why does Amina keep going? Why is she so different? But her answer was simple, because I want to learn. This response made her stand out, and soon some of the younger girls began looking up to her. This determination created a ripple effect. When the community saw how seriously Amina was taking her education, they began to reconsider their own beliefs about schooling for girls. Amina's journey was not just for herself anymore. It was becoming a statement, an example that was inspiring others to think differently about the role of girls in education. A turning point came when Amina's teachers noticed her exceptional commitment and potential. Through their support, she applied for a scholarship to study abroad. It was a long shot, and Amina knew it, but she poured her heart into her application, sharing her story of struggle and resilience. Then the news came. She had been awarded the scholarship. Her dream was finally within reach. This opportunity was transformative. With the scholarship, Amina was able to leave her village and pursue her education in an environment with resources she had never dreamed of before. Her dedication and hard work paid off, and soon she was excelling in her studies, absorbing knowledge she would one day bring back to her community. After completing her studies, Amina returned to Somalia, but she wasn't the same person who had left her village. She came back with a mission to empower other girls in her community to follow the path she had blazed. Amina saw how education had changed her life and knew that with the right support, it could do the same for countless others. She began speaking out, organizing workshops, and connecting with community leaders to advocate for girls' education. Amina's voice, once silenced, was now a force for change. Her story spread beyond her village, inspiring other communities and even attracting the attention of NGOs and government organizations committed to education reform in rural areas. Today, thanks to Amina's efforts, girls in her village have more access to education than ever before. Her journey, from walking miles to a small aid-run school to becoming a beacon of hope for girls' education, has shown her community the transformative power of learning. Schools are being built, Resources are being allocated and families are seeing the value in educating their daughters, all inspired by one girl's dream.